The fins have all been sanded. They've all been rounded. A little concerned about how thin this material is. The fins could break rather easily. But let's kind of help this in two different ways. I got this Master's Touch all-purpose sealer. I got this at Hobby Lobby. This will seal the balsa wood, but it will also make it stronger. So I will use this. I will coat the balsa wood and let it dry for at least about maybe 2 hours. And then after that, a very light sanding, and I can attach them. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do. Now, for these fins, there's a lot of different ways to do this. I've seen on the Dave Thomas video where he's got actually like a 1 quart can of polyurethane. He just dunks the entire fin. I'm sure all these things are going to look nice, but I just do that. I bought this. This is water-based, so it's really, really easy to clean up. Now, I could use a brush and all this stuff, but this is some very, very small material. And what I found is just easy, just putting a couple of drops on it like this, just like 2 drops, and then just start smearing it around. It's really easy to do that. Just smear it around, and that's about it. So it's really easy to do. Actually, it's easier than a paintbrush because my finger can just very easily smooth it out and tell if it's lumpy. I'll do the same thing here. Put a couple of drops on it, smear it around. And then we go ahead and let this dry. To let this dry, there's a couple of different ways. Some of them will use a piece of cardboard with a bunch of pins on it. Myself, what I do is I use this, if I can grab it. Here. Nothing more than a string with a bunch of pins taped to it. I just pin this into the lampshade and just pin the fins to it. These are so small, I think I'm just going to lean them up against something and let them dry because they're so very, very small. And they'll dry very quickly, probably about an hour. And again, I like to get these very, very dry. What I'm going to do then is after this, I want to show you a technique in terms of how to glue these on. I'm going to put a little bit more on because I think they could use just a little tad more. Yeah. A lot of it's soaked in, but I think this just could use just a little bit more. Okay. So again, what I'm going to do is just let this dry. Actually, just probably bounce it against a roll of tape. And it's just easy to use your finger, a wet paper towel for cleanup. It's no problem. It's water-based stuff. So go ahead and seal your fins. And what's interesting is that you'll probably get some along the root edge. That's not a big deal. But you have to, when you are ready to mount the fins, you have to take a piece of sandpaper and grind that off real quick. And I'm going to show you how to do that when I mount the fins. Again, I'm going to assume that you are very experienced in mounting fins. But there's a trick to doing this very, very quickly by using CA glue and a combination of the tight bond glue. Okay, so that's it. Again, sand and seal your fins.